Into the politics of the fuel cuts, let's get into the semantics of it. And to break it down, I have with me Siddharth Zarabi, Managing Editor, Business Today TV. Thank you for joining us, Siddharth. I'd ask our political panelists just to wait 2 minutes with their permission. I'd cut across to Mr. Zarabi here. Siddharth, break it down for us. Now, the opposition is saying that this is hardly anything. It's a crude joke. You've increased, the prices for so many times right now that it's breaking records. Would you break it down just in terms of what we've seen in terms of price rise and the rollback of excise that we saw just a day before Diwali?
Preeti, three major components that contribute to what our consumer pays for petrol and diesel. One is the pricing linked to international crude. The second is what is called the central excise, and the third is the state value-added tax. Unfortunately, even after a few years of the introduction of the GST, petroleum, diesel, the fuel pack is still not in GST. It would have made some difference. If you take these three components, what has happened is the center moved first, and you have all the political reactions that are coming in. States, a majority of them, some 22 odd and perhaps more counting, have done it, some have held out. The third bit is really the way international crude oil prices move. As far as excise, if we look at it in a different manner, our petroleum companies have contributed over 90,000 crore plus, if I give you the exact number, 90,750 crore for the current financial year so far for the central exchequer, which means all the central duties. They have also given roughly 61,601 crore to the states. So obviously the central levies altogether are higher than the state levies. You can see 60,000 versus 90,000. If the states also cut, which they have already done, it will mean, as we can see, if we take June 2017, which is the available published data, I'll just give you one quick example. Delhi, the petrol rate at that point of time on the specific date of 16 June was 65.48 paisa to the litre. Before the cut, Delhi's price was 110. So look at the consistent year-on-year increase when it comes to the consumer. The consumer, frankly, is not bothered about the taxes. He's bothered about what is going out from his pocket.
Siddhartha, before I let you go, just would you take us through those figures once again? Because that's a sizable increase that we have seen from June till, say, the eve of Diwali, which was the 3rd of November, and the subsequent rollback of 5 rupees per litre less where petrol was concerned and 10 on diesel. How much have we paid extra in those 4-5 months?
So, what I was referring to was data from June 2017.
Okay.
For the last 4.5, 5 years, if you look at the overall trend line, I gave you just one price point for Delhi for petrol, moving from 65.5 roughly to 110 plus. If you look at diesel, that moved from 76.7 to 115. That's been the consistent rise. And all of the contributions come from these three major heads, which is the inherent pricing and the state and the central levies. The larger question, Preeti, that I want to leave you with is, what happens as crude oil prices globally start going up? We are looking at $80 plus already. What if they consistently rise further, which is what a lot of experts are saying is likely to happen because the world economy is opening up, countries are consuming more, most of the world is out of the COVID pandemic, and you've also seen the energy crisis. What happens when it goes, for example, to 90 or further? I think, and I hope really that it's not